Native Media Network. Mr. Harmon Houghton over here, the director. This is also being recorded and I believe it's shot live. They have about 50,000 followers of it, so some of you, they also have the recording capability, so some of you might want to get their card. This is being recorded. It is being shot live, so we're going to welcome Native Media Network. They have been quite instrumental covering a lot of our traditional doings here, a lot of our gatherings here in the New Mexico area. So you might want to, you have an upcoming function, you may want to touch base with, again, Mr. Harmon Houghton. Also wanted to acknowledge Jason, oh here we go, man, Jeremy, Jason Edwards, a gentleman that was with Indian Country Today, Navajo Times, and you see him at a lot of gatherings here, and very thankful for covering today's event. He did a couple of nice articles in behalf of Paul over the years, and certainly welcome his friendship. I believe there is a representative here from the Culture Center. You may want to come here, Dwayne, I think it is. Virgint, I think it is. Many of you, again, recall when the Pueblo Culture Center first opened, Paul provided the prayers and kind of started out everything rather appropriately. So this time, again, the Pueblo Culture Center.
Thank you, thank you. They told me to keep it to 3 minutes, so I actually had to write it down so that I don't want to record well. So, thank you all for being here this afternoon. I'm Dwayne Virgint. I serve as the Chief Operating Officer for the Indian Pueblo Cultural Center. I've had the privilege of being here and serving this community for the last 12 years and working with Kay. Over that period of time, we got to bond with the family, Katrina and Adam and Ben, and of course Gabe, and even the grandchildren. So it's been my privilege. Paul performed his last public concert in this room about a year and a half ago. I'm sure many of you were here for that. It was a pretty special evening and just one of the many gifts that Paul gave to the Cultural Center. I know many of you that are here today knew Paul as a friend, and you knew Paul as a mentor and a leader, and of course as a musician. But surprisingly, the white guy is going to talk about Paul as a medicine man. He was a very talented individual and pretty amazing. And I had the good fortune to know when he was in better health, he was the kind of man that you could sit next to for a few hours and not say a word, and yet leave knowing that you had a full conversation. It's amazing. Even when he was ornery, as Kay would say. She said that a lot for the last few years. He had a song in his heart. He always had a story in his eyes. As many of you know, the Cultural Center was built on the former Albuquerque Indian School, and that was a federal boarding school that operated here through 1982. And Native students and staff from tribes and nations around the country were brought to the Indian School here. And unlike many of the boarding schools, Albuquerque Indian School alumni reflect on positive memories that occurred here. But not all the experiences were good, and not all of the students made it back home. So on occasion, Paul would come in and visit with us and offer his blessings. Paul was a member of the Sun Clan, and would come in and share that gift with those that had gone before. At the same time, Paul would offer prayers for the whole property, for the staff, and for the visitors that were here, and offer blessings for all. And so I'm grateful for having known him and to have been a beneficiary of his life, and offer my thanks and prayers for the many gifts he shared, and for his journey home, and for his family. So thank you all for being here.